I'm here with Dr. Alka Acharya, Professor for Chinese Studies and a member of National Security Advisory Board of the Government of India. Ms. Acharya, do you see China as a stabilizing actor in Asia?
We are seeing a China which is trying to become economically the most critical player in the Asian region. We are also seeing a China which is contributing to the growing prosperity of its neighbors by trade, by investment, by building connectivities. But on the other hand, we are also seeing China which is somewhat flexing its muscles as far as the disputed kind of situations go.
What challenge is bigger in your opinion? The international relation between China, India or other countries in Asia, or the internal affairs in India and China?
I would on the whole incline towards the position that both the countries are facing very severe internal challenges. In many ways, the bedrock of economic prosperity is the basis on which powers really acquire that kind of role and credibility on the world stage. China has acquired some of that credibility because it first put its economic act together. But on the other hand, China's problems are far bigger. There are huge challenges, and the important point is that a great deal of those challenges are stemming from the very strategy which the Chinese adopted to make themselves powerful. So they have to rethink that strategy. Questions of sustainable development, environmental issues, poverty, health issues. I mean, these are huge challenges. You cannot be a big power, a credible major power, unless you have sorted out these fundamental issues. Of course, this, it's not like as if you can stop other things and then focus on this, because the world is becoming more interdependent. The domestic and the international policies are enmeshed like never before. So everything that you are doing will have an external impact, and what's happening around you will have a domestic impact. So you'll have to balance both, but your prioritization will have to be with regard to the serious internal challenges that are emerging.
And what do you think is the biggest threat for the relationship between India and China?
Well, I think the biggest threat really is in the lack or the inability for the two countries to connect with each other in a really substantial and meaningful way. I think first and foremost we need to expand our knowledge and information about China. There is, it's often said that there is a lack of trust, mistrust, trust deficit. This is very often mentioned when China and India are being talked about. I think more than a trust deficit, we have an information deficit. We really don't know what's happening inside China. China doesn't know what's happening inside India. There are a whole host of commonalities that we talk about, but really how does it translate into actual policies and, let's say, pooling together of resources? We talk of common challenges. How can we overcome those challenges? There is a lot that these two countries can do, but the channels for activating that kind of action are not yet established. So there is information gap, there is lack of understanding, and most importantly, people to people is minimal. It's minimal, really. So my favorite graphic is an inverted pyramid. So actually, India-China relations are broadest at the top, which is the government level, but when it comes to the point where people should be, it's just that minuscule level. It should be the other way around. This relationship has to be about the broadest engagement among peoples. I think that would be the...
Thank you very much.